Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination.
Early Black Widow box office projections predict $115 million opening weekend. Good Saturday morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Utep Queen, and the place to be reviews. I am right here with all of yous. Today, we're on ScreenRant.com. I'm going to put out a couple quick videos today for you guys over the weekend. As you know, Sunday night, you've got that Batwoman review coming for Monday morning, and so much more, ladies and gentlemen. Early box office projections for Black Widow predict the Marvel Studios Phase 4 movie will open to $115 million domestically in its opening weekend. There we see ScarJo in the hero pose from the trailer. Early box office projections for Black Widow call for the movie to have an impressive opening weekend. Phase 4 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe is right around the corner as Scarlett Johannson will finally lead her own film. After years of fans expressing their interest in a Black Widow movie. After Natasha Romanoff's death in Avengers Endgame, though, her solo adventure will take place between Captain America Civil War and Avengers Infinity War. Even though audiences around the world already know how Natasha's story ends, Black Widow allows Marvel Studios to make her the centerpiece for the first time. And I'm going to take a break here. This movie should have happened years and years ago. This character deserved her own movie before the aforementioned Cat Pan mediocre that everybody wants to tout as such a stunning and brave movie. In addition to telling Black Widow's story, the movie will also introduce several characters who could have significant roles in the future of the MCU. As a result, there's been plenty of excitement among hardcore fans, even if it can still be ignored that Marvel is delivering the film too late. Yes, they are, about 7-8 years too late. This should have happened right after the first Avengers movie. They gave ScarJo her first movie. It would have been much more well-placed there, or right around the time of Civil War. Instead, we're getting a posthumous, quote-unquote, for the character, not the actress. Nothing happened to Scarlett Johannson. No, this movie should have happened right after Civil War. Although there may not be Infinity War and Endgame levels of excitement for Black Widow, it's still projected to perform very well at the box office, and I have no doubt that this movie will. I don't see any controversy leading up to this like you saw with Cat Pan Mediocre and the Plank of Wood, Brie Larson. No, ScarJo is the First Lady of the MCU. Well, was the First Lady of the MCU. I'm sorry. That's something that it was earned organically through her performances, not because somebody tried to anoint her. According to early projections from Box Office Pro, Marvel Studios could see Black Widow opening to $115 million domestically in its opening weekend. On the low end, the site predicts a $90 million opening and a high of $130 million. If the film does open to the predicted $115, it is then projected that Black Widow will finish its domestic run with over $300 million earned. However, these figures are not from the official box office tracking, which will not arrive until much later. Using the predicted $115 million opening as a baseline for Black Widow, this would allow the film to have a very successful box office run. It would become the 14th MCU movie to open north of $100 million domestically and open on par with Spider-Man Homecoming's $117 million opening. However, the film would need to perform exceptionally well overseas if it were to make over $1 billion worldwide. I'll come back to this in a moment. That could prove to be even more challenging with the coronavirus effect on the movie industry around the world. Still, Disney is reportedly not planning to delay Black Widow to avoid it. If Black Widow has the type of success that is currently projected to have, it could open up the possibilities of Marvel Studios continuing the franchise in different ways. The introduction of Yelena Belova, Florence Pugh, could allow her to take over the Black Widow mantle and be the lead of a possible sequel. It also isn't out of the realm of possibility that Johannson could star in the sequel, as one could theoretically be set between Infinity War and Endgame. As long as Black Widow performs well, it is difficult to imagine Marvel Studios not finding additional ways to keep the story going. And this is the problem that I see with the Marvel Studios model here of making these movies with these characters that are already gone. This one is the first. I don't understand why they killed her off to begin with. I mean, okay, Scarlett Johansson probably wanted to, pursue other projects, but she's been doing other projects the entire time she's been playing Black Widow anyway. It hasn't impeded her. I don't know that there's been any crossover issues with her role as Natasha Romanoff as compared to her taking roles in other movies. It was kind of funny. Now, I said I would come back to a point here. Right here. The film would have to perform exceptionally well overseas if it were to make over $1 billion worldwide. Now, for a movie to make $1 billion, that's great. It made $1 billion. But not every movie has to make $1 billion to be considered a success. Now, that all varies based on the movie's budget, of course, which we know reported budgets and what the movie actually cost to make are two different things entirely. Look at Birds of Prey, for example. They lowered on the Box Office Mojo, lowered the film's budget, which was initially reported as $97 million, down to $84 million. And Box Office Mojo is not a Rotten Tomatoes site. They don't move the goalposts for movies. Now, they did make a error in accounting in the movie with their figures, actually tracking it to say it made more overseas than it actually did, which they later corrected. I don't know why the budget number was lowered, because that's not something that you can subtract from once the movie's already made and in theaters, and that doesn't count marketing and all the other things, miscellaneous expenses that come along with it. So Birds of Prey is a failure financially. Now, this movie, I don't know what the budget is yet, but it's a Marvel movie. Will it be formulaic and paint by numbers? Absolutely. I have no anticipation that this movie is going to be anything different than what we get from any other Marvel movie, okay? But is that necessarily a bad thing? Is that saying I don't want to see it? No, I'm going to go see this movie opening night because I like the character. I like Scarlett Johansson, and this is not just because she's beautiful. I like her character. I truly do. And I think she was done a great injustice by this, the delay of her solo movie. She definitely could have carried a movie years and years ago. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you're still subscribed to the channel. I know you probably get tired of hearing this from other YouTubers, but YouTube is unsubscribing people randomly, and I have honestly had some of my friends, not just random subscribers, say, hey, I looked and I was unsubscribed to your channel and I had to resubscribe. So for that, I do thank you for actually checking and staying on top of it. I'll be back later with another video. We've got some more stuff to cover, some more Marvel news, and also some DC stuff on the other side. So let's take this thing home, shall we? That's it right there. Black Widow coming out May 2020. What do you guys think? You excited for it? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel. There's where you can find us across social media. I will be back later this afternoon with another video. That's right. You're going to get a couple videos out of me today. So I hope you enjoy. Please tell a phone, tell a friend. Come on over, subscribe. And remember, if I don't see you, have a great day. And as always, a pleasant tomorrow.